Hello, my name is Miroslava, TheMetaphysicalChick, and this is my first time being on this earth as a third density human. I've shared a few videos talking about my journey as a starseed and what I've been experiencing, and I want to dive deeper. So in this video I am going to be sharing how I realized that I was a starseed and that this was my life or my first time being human. So let's go back to my childhood. I've always been very interested, in love with the universe. I actually wanted to be an astronomer. I love the planets, I love the stars, I love the mystery of the cosmos. And my dad, he was always into extraterrestrials. I remember he took me when I was a little girl to a conference of Jaime Maussan. He is a very famous extraterrestrial detective. And something that I realized at a very young age is that I was very sensitive to energy. I was very intuitive. Of course, I didn't fully understand it, but I knew that, I could feel energy and dreams. The dream world. I would always have so many dreams about just me healing people with my hands and magic, and it was. And also another dream that I often had and still have is just me utilizing my hands to kind of dispel negative entities from people's auric field. So that fascinating. And what I find is that a lot of people that are here for the very first time on this planet, they have a very hard childhood, and it doesn't have to be experiences that you have, but just you have a hard time being human and embracing the human and communicating with people, connecting with people. Relationships are pretty much non-existent for me. I've never been in a relationship. I'm 29 years old, and I'll talk about this in another video, but I've never been in a relationship. I have a very hard time relating to other people, relating to their human struggles, because it's like I come from this other cosmic field in which, the human experiences seem so like, it's just, we come here to have fun. It's like, I just have fun. It's like I am able to see life or the human experience from a higher perspective, from a perspective of a galactic being that is of a higher dimensional space or state of consciousness. And so when I look around, when I see people struggling or complaining about life, I'm like, and I do that sometimes because I'm still human. So, I do that too. Very quickly, I come back to a space of stillness and peace within, and I remember that, this third dimensional field is a playground, and we are here to play and to create. We are here to create, but we can't create because we are so conditioned to believe that we are in no control of whatever takes place in this life, when the truth is that you have control. Your mind, your thoughts, your energy, your frequency, your soul signature is in control. You can shape the reality that you experience. It's very hard to be here, to be human in this physical or third density human body. And it is very lonely. What I found is that my perception or my way of thinking, my way of seeing things, even if I wasn't fully conscious or spiritually awakened or enlightened, I still had a hard time having conversations with other people, because I find that people just want to complain about life or just want to gossip, and I don't give a shit about gossiping or about what Joe is doing or what Jane is up to. Like, I don't care. I want to have a deep, soulful conversation with you. And that was very hard. I wasn't really able to connect at that soulful level with anyone. So it was very lonely. I was so lonely and so sad and so depressed because I thought, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I doing here? I'm not changing the world, I'm not doing anything, but and that's the thing, is that I had so many dreams. I wanted to do so many things, but I felt like there was no space for me here. Just really felt like I didn't belong here. And I remember when I was around 5 years old, I wanted to kill myself, and I didn't, because I was gonna go to hell, because that's what church says. I felt like a fucking failure, and this is because I had expectations, and the expectations were projections of other people, my parents or friends, or people around me, society. Everyone thinks that the human is here to work. So, or let me give you the timeline that they give us. It is now acceptable and seen as the absolute truth by society that a child grows up, goes to school, goes to college, finds a job, retires, and then just spends the last few years of their lives living off of their savings that we don't even get to spend ourselves, because life is very short. For the human, life is very short. And so it's like there's so much expectation as to what we should do. And when I was thinking about these societal expectations, it was too much for me, and I just felt like that's not what I want for myself. That's not what I want. That's not who I want to be. And I think this is something that a lot of starseeds, not just the beings that are here for the first time, but everyone that is a starseed, or that remembers, or that is here as a volunteer with a mission, we are here to reconstruct the matrix, to reconstruct the belief system that has been established for thousands of years. We are here to create a shift by being ourselves. And by being ourselves, I'm not saying that you are going to be out there changing lives and connecting with people one-on-one, doing things like that, taking action in that way. We are changing the world by simply being ourselves, by fully authentically being ourselves, by changing or by breaking generational curses and generational trauma. Before coming to Earth, I was in the Pleiades. And now during one of my meditations, when I was tuning in to access, information about my own origins, my own story, I was able to access information regarding a library that is in the Pleiades. What is stored within this library is the ancestral history, I guess, of this planet. And so what I remember within this meditation is that I went into this library to kind of address or to pick the family that I was going to be born into. And one of the reasons we do this is because, one, there is soul family here already, and so we track the soul family that we have on this planet to see if maybe our energetic signature can be compatible with. And so when I was doing this, what I did is I chose the family that I am currently with. The reason for that is that because, my dad, he has been with me in other lifetimes. I remember him, or I don't remember him, but I have a very good feeling that we were together in Lyra. He's always been my protector, and so I felt that he was here and that he was gonna help me by, just being my protector. Now, in my case, there was no really karmic contracts that I had, or any karma that I had with anyone within my ancestral line. So I wasn't really here to break those contracts, but to really kind of just show up as me and to be who I am and see if I could create any change within the energetic signature of the planet. And I know that a lot of people do have a very hard time with their families. They suffer greatly, because of connections that they have with their parents or relatives, friends. And what I can say is that we do choose our family. We choose the ancestral line that we come into. And so if you have a hard time, there is most definitely a karmic contract, and you are here to kind of rewire the energetic signature of that contract so that both of you or whoever is involved can move on to the next density or the next dimensional field. So I know it's hard, but you chose this family. Anaya sala o anaya to esiana to enaya saya to hayanaya so enaya ta so raya naya solo huya si yo lo ya to maya sa enaya to so yo so ayanaya so na ayata yata yata na yasa Yuro yo so, yo to yo so, yo to yo so, yo to yo so.